The sunrise found the sailors on their way to the port on the fourth day of the Student Yachting World Cup. Sailors had to wait until 1400 hours for the decision of the race officer. So it was time to have a better look on the local maps in order to be ready for the coastal races. While the storm was heating the small port of Trinidad, the young students had some time to get back to their lessons and studies. Being a student and a sailor at the same time is really challenging.
I'm studying at the École Polytechnique Fédérale à Lausanne. I take the weekends to go sailing a little bit. I think sailing is important to then be in a good form to work.
Some of these young guns are not sailing only in offshore. They are masters in the dinghies as well.
I'm doing tactics and I also sail a 470. I've just gone full time, so that's quite exciting. It's also good to see lots of people from other countries who we've seen before. Like there was one Irish guy I know, and also I think there's one Swiss girl who does moth sailing.
Riding the RSX, the 49er, or the 470 is really tough. Being alone or with your crew in these boats can be extreme and dangerous sometimes. Sailing the dinghies or these boats has a lot of similarities, since both require good techniques and tactics. Let's see the Grand Surprise in more detail. This boat was designed by Archambault in France for fast sailing. When racing with its full sail plan, it can go as fast as 14 knots, sailing in a broad reach. It's remarkably stable with a heavy lead keel, and it's a great boat for the students who like something fast and easy to handle. The time was passing by, and the wind didn't seem to decrease. The weather forecast for the afternoon was indicating wind speeds exceeding 35 knots, which would die only at night. What would happen? Although it was blowing 40 knots, some crews were really willing to get into the sea.
I said we should have gone out. I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for quite some time.
But the race officer was not thinking the same.
I think it's the second day of the Student Yachting World Cup 2011, and race committee have decided to cancel racing for the day because of the mega waves and mega wind. Big waves, big breeze, and we are definitely not going racing today.
Stay tuned for the Student Yachting World Cup for the first race tomorrow.